everybody, it's Allie from Allie's Best, and this is the second video in my adoption series all about my adoption and my mom and my birth mom. And this video is with my mom. Yes, that's your puppy. Is with my mom, Sandy. Say hi, Mom.
Hi. Hello.
And Mom has been in YouTube videos before. You talking to Bubby? Mom has been in some of my YouTube videos before, but never a sit-down video like this. So we're going to be nice in the comments because I think she's nervous.
A little bit.
Okay. So Mom, here, let me get my questions. Did you ever consider telling me I was not adopted?
Never.
Why?
Never. Because I think you had to be, I think honesty's the best policy, and why try to fool you or something? I mean, you know.
Yeah. So when did you tell me that I was adopted?
I can't remember exactly the age that you were at, but I think I distinguished between tummy mommy and mommy mommy. I was mommy mommy.
Tummy mommy and mommy. That's really cute, Mom.
Yeah, you were pretty young. So
do you remember how you did it, or did you just tell me since I've always known or something like that?
Well, you know, I'm not sure if I actually, yes, I think I did this. I think I drew a picture of you inside Marcy's tummy. And I said, and guess who was in there? That was you. And I said, and then when you were ready to come out, I was so excited, and I got Auntie, and we got on an airplane, and we came down to see you come out in the hospital. And I always told you the story of, you loved hearing the birth story. You loved it. Tell me the story, Mommy. Tell me the story. And I said, well, you didn't want to come out. You were kind of late. And finally, I got a phone call that you were ready to come. And I had my friend Alice watch the class. And then Auntie came over with her car. And we went to the airport. And we went, and Grandma went down to take care of Auntie's kids. And it was like this convoluted story that you could follow, and you loved it.
Yeah.
And then I said, when I got down there, and you finally came out, you were rainbow color. You were blue and pink, and I wanted you anyway. I didn't care if you were blue and pink. You know? So the way I said it was kind of cute. You loved the story. You asked me to repeat it over and over again. And it was great. I got to take you home on the airplane, and we pretended like you were 2 weeks old, even though you were really only 2 days old.
A big baby.
Yeah. And you were such a good baby. You slept the whole time. It was great.
But I don't remember a time when I didn't know that I was adopted.
Because I think we talked about that a long time ago. You probably were around 3-ish. Or 2 to 3, definitely by 4. You knew this whole story.
Yeah. I don't remember a time when I didn't know I was adopted.
Yeah, so this was never a secret.
Mm-hmm.
It was never a secret.
I'm wondering, Mommy, what was the adoption process like for you?
Oh, well, I mean, the desire was there.
Yeah.
Getting a connection was so frustrating.
Why?
Because I was too old, and I was single.
And back in the day, that was a big
and I was Jewish. So my chances were very, very slim to go through.
Was the problem?
The normal, I don't want to say normal, but common ways of adoption were really not for me, because I was too old already. So going through the state, you had to be 40 years old. You couldn't be older than 40, and I was older than 40.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So that was a problem. I went to Catholic Charities, and I wasn't married, so they weren't going to consider me. You know, going to a very expensive lawyer was really kind of out of the question, because I just didn't have that kind of funds.
Yeah.
You know, so that was out of the question, but I went to the Jewish Family Services and I went to a workshop. I think it was a 6-week workshop, and they told you all the options. So then it seemed easier because there were other options called open adoption.
Yeah.
And adoption connection. So there were a few things. So through that avenue, there was an adoption counselor, and she came to speak to this group that was at, the Wednesday night service class on how to adopt.
Mm-hmm.
And she spoke about what were some of the formalities that you could do. One of them was writing a Dear Birth Mother letter and then sending it to her. If you hired her, she would have it in her, listing of possible adoption families, and then she would send it out. So that seemed doable. So I was writing my letter, and I'm taking pictures of me and the dog. And outside where the grass was green and there were flowers, Dear birth mother, I am a school teacher, blah, 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 live in San Francisco. And before I even had the letter written completely, I got a phone call. This one woman got an Dear Birth Mother letter that was sent to her office because she was a receptionist in a doctor's office. So she had this letter, and Ellen's name was on the bottom with a phone number, and it said, Dear Birth Mother, I'm interested in a child, blah, blah, blah. So she brought it home to her stepdaughter, who was Marcy. And Marcy called that number and talked to me. That's how I got the connection.
We'll talk to Ellen.
Somebody else through Ellen. I remember going through all this with the birth mother letter and having it look nice and developing pictures, and it was like a sales pitch. Some people did letters that looked like advertisements for cars, slick paper, very professional looking, So I didn't even have to get that produced, So I got this connection, and then I made then I talked to Marcy on the phone, and it was a really good conversation. And then so that was the end of this long conversation. Then the next day was, I don't know, Sunday, and I was meeting with this adoption support group from the Jewish Family Services. Once a month, we would meet at people's homes and talk about where we were in our quest for getting a baby.
Yeah.
And one of the people there said, don't wait. This is your window. Call her back, tell her you're interested and you want to come meet her. So that's exactly what I did. I called her back and I said I wanted to come meet her, and I brought my friend Betty with me. We flew down to meet her. And then I have still have a picture of meeting her. She's about 5 months pregnant. Her brother was there in this place that she was staying. I might have been her father's home, I don't know, or an apartment or something. And then after that meeting in person, she told me, I've chosen you. I want you. And I thought, oh, that's so exciting. So once a week, we would talk on the phone. How are you? I would hold my breath. How are you? How you doing, Marcy? And then she would say, one time she told me, do you want to know what the sex is of the baby? And I said, well, sure. If you know, I want to know. And she told me it was going to be a girl. And then I flew her up to San Francisco, and she came here, and we went around town to look at all kind of the famous places in San Francisco at, Pier 39 and North Beach and, famous places.
That's so funny because I took Marcy to North Beach when I first met her too.
Yeah. Well, it's so pretty over there. You know.
Oh, thank you, Bowie.
And she said she liked it. She thought the place looked really nice. She did. She was very excited. And then she flew home, and then we would just talk to each other every week. And then it came close to the time you were due January 10th, but you weren't on time. and I had made a field trip to Marine World. I was wondering, are you gonna come now? Baby, are you gonna come now? Are you gonna, should I go on the field trip? And I had an open airline ticket, so, which was the best thing to do. That way, whenever I needed it, I can say, okay, I'm booking it for this time. Early in the morning, like 6 in the morning, I get a phone call, and it was, she's in labor. So I said, okay, I'll be there. And they told me the hospital's name. And then I got my sister we flew down together, and I had a car seat. That's all I had, was a car seat. You have to have a car seat. And then you came down there, and Betty's girls were down there going to college, Southern California. And so they picked me up at the airport and took me to the hospital.
So can you go more into, because I know it's like kind of like a waiting game. So like, how did you feel about like waiting for her to make her decision, and how long?
Oh, well, it was every week. I just held my breath that she wasn't going to say something like, I've changed my mind.
So someone just asked about being raised Jewish.
I wanted you to be Jewish. That was one goal I had. I said I was going to have my little girl or my little boy be Jewish because I'm Jewish.
Yeah.
And I got to take you to the temple, and we got to do Tat Shabbat.
Was it ever weird or difficult in the Jewish community with me being biracial?
It was a little difficult with the older people at the synagogue.
What kind of things happened?
Well, they commented on how come your skin was darker and you were just a baby.
What did you say?
I said, well, her daddy's African American.
But you didn't say, well, she's adopted?
No, I said her daddy's African American.
I mean, that's not a lie. That's true.
That's not a lie. That doesn't mean I was married to him, but and actually everyone, there isn't one person that didn't say you look just like me.
I know.
I swear to God. Everyone said, she looks just like you. That was the truth. I'm not exaggerating. I had so many people say she looks just like you.
I remember people saying that when I was growing up.
Yeah.
I loved it.
I did too. I said, I'm so honored. She's so pretty.
Aw, thanks, Mom. You're so pretty too. Did people ever ask you if we were related?
Nobody ever asked me when you were little. I don't even remember asking when you were grown up.
Yeah, nobody
ever asked me that.
How did you feel when you realized I was reaching out to my birth family?
I was thinking, she's not getting you back.
No, okay.
I was upset about it because I just thought, she's mine. I was being possessive. She's mine. You cannot have her.
Okay, how do you feel about it now?
Huh?
How do you feel about it now?
I still am kind of a little bit possessive.
Any advice for parents who want to adopt and want to be good adoptive parents?
Oh. When the baby's old enough, you have to tell them they're adopted in some fashion.
What do you think is old enough?
Oh, as soon as a baby can sit down and listen to you, 1 year, she doesn't know what you're talking about too much, but maybe 2.5. I would read a little book about adoption, and you can make it personalized. Like I said, if you drew the picture, that's you in the tummy.
Yeah. So do you think there's a time that is, so you're basically saying tell them as early as you can?
I am, because then it's not a shock, and it's all just kind of natural.
How about a good parent for, what do they call it, interracial adoption?
Well, I think you should try to find something about the other child's race to enjoy together, as a family. I don't know, holidays or some cultural things that you could do. Some maybe
what did you
dress. I did nothing. I did nothing.
My last question for you is, what do you wish people knew about adoption?
Okay, one thing I did want to come away with is that you don't feel like adoption is any different than really of having the baby. You don't think that it's any different. You come home with a baby in your arms, and it's like right from the get-go, there is no difference than having it come out of you, you know, or just having it there. You feel the same. The connection is really strong. You are, you know, feeding the baby. You have this bonding happening. You know, it's not like right from the stomach to the bond like they do now, but they didn't do that in the old days anyway. You know, they gave it to the birth mom, I guess. You know, sometimes the birth mom would hold the baby for a while, but they usually take the baby away and clean them up and, you know, give them tests and wrap them up and put them under the lamp or something. It's not like there's this bonding immediately, which is what was going on now. But 31 years ago, there was no difference than me having the baby than Marcy having the baby, because I got you right away. I got to take you home right away. I got to sleep with you, feed you, wrap you up, you know, get you off with the clothes, and it was so sweet. And there was no difference. I have to say that. You don't feel different at all. This is your baby. It was right from the get-go. I want to say that it's a wonderful way to go. It's a wonderful avenue. And you just hope, you know, that you're healthy, you know, that it's a healthy baby and there's no problems. But they could tell that kind of in the beginning, because they have
changed mind.
No, it wouldn't have, but at least you know what to look out for.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I think it's the same as being adopted. I mean, I hope that all people who are adopted feel that their mom and dad are their mom and dad. Like, I feel like you're my mom. You know what I mean? Yeah. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you stay tuned and click subscribe so that you can see my third video with my birth mom, Marcy. And thank you so much, Mom, for chatting with us. I love you.
Bye. See you later.
I love you.
I love you too.